first of all, I would like to say, let's define a difficult moment, because I think obviously in a career of a producer and DJ, the difficult moment, I mean, there are two parts. There is the music you make in the studio, and whenever the music steps out of the studio, the business comes in, and then all the strategy you have to use, the things you have to do, and blah blah blah. So I think the difficulties were more in the studio because you always want to challenge yourself, kind of, okay? So trying to change a bit what you're doing and so on, but whenever you were actually trying to change your sound a bit, just as a natural development, not because you think, oh, I need to change it, I need to do the new things. There is no such a thing as a new thing. It's always, you take pieces from other things, you unite them, you create a new thing, or a fresher thing, whatever. The thing is that when people put you in that label, in that box, outside of your studio, and you try to present something that is slightly, on another path, it's kind of difficult because they're used to Davide as doing this. So I think that's the most complicated thing for somebody that has the spark and the artistic necessity to, do other type of beats, do other type of melodies and texture that actually do not apply all the times also in clubs. So I think that was the most. How did I overcome it? I don't know. The thing that I most heard from promoters is like, oh, we like Davide, we don't know where to put him because it's not super techno, it's not super house, it's not. So I think that was always a bit of the issue, not following a straight path which will make the listener and the promoter comfortable to put you in on a stage, let's say in a festival. Okay, say, okay, I know this DJ goes on this stage because Bowie does. So I think that was always been the little issue that the market defines an issue, but from an artistic point of view, I think it's a plus, at least for my own amusement. I mean, I wasn't really there at the very beginning, but from my knowledge, I don't think at the very bottom we lost the spirit, but the society has completely changed, and the way we interact between each other through, obviously, talking about the social media, so it gives us the power to interact with people on the other side and create our own digital ego. And that kind of affected how people think they have to act about their music and their image. Nothing bad, or maybe something bad, but this is the way it is. And also, for example, I was listening to the CEO of Spotify that was saying, you guys should make more music, and the music should be 3 minutes long, because I think after 2.5 minutes you start making money out of Spotify. And I was like, damn, is this now a CEO of a company that decided how long and how the story you're telling in a track should be in order to being able to keep on doing what you're doing? Because obviously we all need to buy, food, bring up kids and so on. So that was very disturbing to me. But I think, when I'm in the club, especially in places like where all my friends are there in terms of colleagues, I don't know, it can be in Ibiza, it can be in Miami, the spirit is there. The spirit is absolutely there. There is a lot of competition, obviously. Who wants to be on the top of the flyer and blah blah blah. So promoter came up with the idea of, okay, let's put in alphabetical order so we don't have so much shit from the manager and so on. So yeah, society will keep on change, and business will keep on change based on new technologies and new interpretation of what an artist should be doing or how he should present himself. But the funny factor is when I had a Q&A with a bunch, with probably 20 kids, you know, they want to make music, they make music. And I was like, so who's your, I was asking which one is the artist you like most, and somebody said a name, and I said, okay, so tell me, what was his last record? And he was like, it was Froze. I was like, so this is the artist you like most, what's his last record? Say, oh wow, I don't know. Say, okay, where was he yesterday? I was like, oh, he was here wearing this. So that told me a lot. That kind of, you know already, but like, okay, so this guy makes music, the artist makes music, that's what he does, and you are his biggest fan, or one of his biggest fan, and you are attracted not by his music, but where he was and what he was wearing. So it's not the kid's fault, obviously. It's, you know, the society has been, you know, created now, and so, but that was pretty disturbing. Like kind of Black Mirror, disturbing, programming, future society. I obviously been listening to new music. I mean, not the stuff that I play in clubs, but that's always been with me. I mean, I people don't know, and that's the thing I was saying before. I have other projects which is extremely experimental, no 4/4, or trip hop, down tempo. You know, I have a lot of different projects that don't get releases, so I have to release under another name. But I think what I've done mostly, it was getting deeper into every instruments. I'm kind of very nerdy on all my equipment, and I felt I never really had the time to dive into one single thing. I mean, I don't know, this module, you can use it very basic if I use 10% of it, and that's because we all have, we call it GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome. So we have to acquire more, but at the end of the day, I mean, you use 5% of the machine, so that's very dangerous. So I think what I've done most, I've been studying all my equipment in depth, and I've been keeping on with my piano classes, which I'm really excited about. I mean, to develop a better skills and more understanding of all the layers of melodies, harmonics, composition, and so on. First of all, I was like, because everybody always starts with the fact, there is one part goes like, but that's when I'm very young. Oh, I want to be DJ because they think they have this glamorous life. Some of them do. Some others play all around the world and it's not that glamour. It's beautiful, fantastic, it's a passion. So don't start with that idea. But the thing is that most of this artist was like, okay, I want to sound like that. I want to do like that label, which is, it's okay because you need a role model at the beginning. You need a genuine inspiration. I really believe in genuine inspiration, but if that doesn't work for you, it means you're pushing yourself to something that ideally you like, but it's not what you really like. Like, I don't know, you push yourself to do hard techno, but you're not that great, while you could do something else and you are. I mean, it happened to me, I think, when I grew up, I grew up in Napoli, where most of my peers were doing techno, and obviously I was like, oh fuck, all my friends are doing it, so I'm doing it. And I wasn't that great, or at least my BPM was lower. I had more of a softy melodic behind, and so again, I think promoter was like, oh, I like Davide stuff, but it's not hard enough for Napoli. So I was always in this limbo of things. So what I would tell them is like, you know, try to do different stuff and see what comes more natural, what you enjoy more doing, more than actually have an idea of what you will be like doing. So, I mean, obviously there are some people, some producer, they can do like Martin Buttrich, one of my best friends. He can do whatever he wants, but obviously it created that over the years. So don't push yourself to something that maybe is not exactly what your genetics is done for, or what your mind is kneel to, and just and it sounds stupid, be true to yourself, but mainly this is what it is. Obviously, during your career, a lot of weird things will happen because the world outside is expecting something for you. At a certain point, you want to change, so there is going to be a lot of talking in your heads and so on. And those are the things you have to overcome. Obviously, a manager can help you have the outside world have the right perception to your change. So that's when actually it's smart to think of a strategy on how to present yourself again. I mean, obviously there was different times. Obviously there was one of the biggest artists that I love, David Bowie. David Bowie was basically, it could change every 3, 4, 5 years, and it was always accepted. Ziggy Stardust, when he got more all sharp and stuff, it will always be very well perceived. So, I mean, start with something that you think you love actually doing in the studio. I mean, enjoy the process of creation when you're in the studio, and don't think every beat you make, every melody you create, every bass you try to put together, don't think of where is it gonna go. Just do it before, and then you have a bunch of material, you look at it and like, okay, this could go here, this could go there, and this, throw it away. I remember my grandfather gave me a great advice. If you manage to find the beauty in every single woman, you'll be a very, very happy person. So that's what I try to find in every place I go. Try to get, enjoy from something or something else. I normally get a bit upset when the sound system sucks, more than how much you get paid or what hotel they put you in and so on. That's the very basic. I mean, I remember clearly that, for example, one of the memory I have that I like is like when I was supposed to play this festival in New York on one of the Randall Island. Can't remember what was the name of the festival. And so in one room, I think it was me, Martin, and Matthias Buttrich and Matthias Tanzmann. And so the promoter said, hey guys, why don't you guys play together? And that's how Bear Lost and Stupid came alive. So I think that's a good memory that I have about that. That it came together very natural because somebody asked us to play, and apparently we did well, at least from outside. I don't know, the crowd seemed to enjoy, but we were happy with how the flow was between us. And so we kept on doing that for a while. David Bowie, period. I'm more than anything to kind of walk inside his head kind of thing, literally go inside his head and understanding, all the way it changed, why it was an artistic need, it was something for the market, I don't think it was something for the market, but how did you, I don't know, I think my question would be actually more of emotional / artistic, how he lived his own changes, because it wasn't just about the music, it was very visual back then. I mean, literally went to aesthetic man to aesthetic alien to aesthetic genderless kind of thing. I mean, we're talking about years and years ago. So I think to that aesthetic transformation, there was an engine, an emotional engine and thought behind. So that makes me very curious about how was the process that started the external transformation.